No wins today at AAA Hobbies, but that's okay. Let's review the races.
This is for the whole thing, first, second, third.
Get on the other side.
I'm gonna put a ribbon after I win this race.
You get a ribbon.
Maybe after I win this race.
Yeah.
This is box stock.
Got a ribbon, just gotta figure out which one now. Alright, ready, set, go!
Very stable. Team class finals. AAA
Class
Hobbies.
finals.
Here we are, next race. Ready, set, go!
So this month's AAA Hobbies box stock race, I raced the Festa Johnny Orange Special. And this track was very, very challenging. It had lots of twists and turns. It had lots of tabletops. It had a little ramp thing. And yeah, very, very challenging. I heard that the previous month it was basically a flat track, and that was a lot easier for a lot of people. This one is a lot more challenging. Pretty cool. So unfortunately, I didn't amp up the battery voltage high enough in this, so it didn't get its maximum speed output. I didn't want to push it too hard because I wasn't using a brake on the bottom, and so I was doing fairly well without the brake. And then adding too much power, I coursed out one time on this, and that's a shame. But yeah, otherwise this was a very competitive vehicle. It's very lightweight. I think with a different chassis, it would have been stronger in the field of cars. So yeah, unfortunately, that's the way the ball bounces. Sometimes you don't win in box stock. In Tune class, I raced Pango, yes, with its VZ chassis. Very, very cool. And as you know, Pango is a very formidable car, at least it was in its heyday. But nowadays, it's getting a little long in the tooth, so I might have to rebuild this again. It's fast, it's quick, but it wasn't fast enough against those top-end race cars. There are some speed demons at AAA Hobbies, folks. They're very, very fast. And yeah, the motor that I like to use in this car is a torque-tuned motor, because with all of those twists and turns and that little incline and, and the tabletops, you basically need a torque-tuned engine to be able to race competitively on there. So some people might like to use atomic tune, and in the past I've been a big aficionado of atomic tuned engines. I still am. In fact, I would rather race with a perfectly broken in atomic tuned engine than a torque tuned engine, just because it's like overall for me, I like that overall speed and torque rather than complete torque and not as much speed. But some people can tune their engines such that they are faster than they are torquey. And when you have a torque-tuned motor that's properly broken in, it's a hellish beast. That's what it is. And so yeah, you tend to see these kinds of cars amongst the fastest of them. So pretty cool. So this has got small tires, as you see here. Small tires, small wheels, and very good for staying on the track. But you've got a speed disadvantage, a top-end speed disadvantage if you're using these kinds of small wheels and small tire combination. You could make up for it with a really properly tuned, torque-tuned engine, which I did not have in here because I had not raced this in quite a while, so yeah. It was like anything goes with this. And I know that on the right track this would be really, really fast, but this was not that track, so that's just the way the ball bounces. And I think at this point, this torque tune engine is long in the tooth and I have to replace it as well. So yeah, this is a pretty heavy car. It's a solid car. It's a very stable car. And I've never really seen it course out. So maybe it coursed out once. But other than that, like with this wheel combination, it's very formidable. It stays low. When it jumps, it just comes right back on. And that's really cool. Like if I had bigger wheels like on here, the medium-sized wheels that people normally race with, this would go much faster, top-end speed, but at what cost? At the cost of stability. So yeah, I like the way that this car is designed. I think I will design another one just like this, with small wheel and tire combinations like this. In fact, those of you who know me and Racing Eagle, initially I had, yes, the small tire and wheel combo on my cars, and I raced very successfully with that combination and won many races with that combination, with an atomic tuned motor with that combination. So very, very cool. So yeah, it's unfortunate that I didn't win anything, but that's the way the ball bounces sometimes. I just got back into this hobby after a 5-month hiatus because I was doing other things with my time. I was trying to get prepared for the World Yoga Championship in Malaysia, in which I ranked number 6 in the world in that. And then almost immediately after that, I had to compete again in the Portsmouth, New Hampshire Regional Invitational, and I achieved number 1 rank in that, and that's pretty cool. So now I get to go to the Nationals, the National Yoga Championship here in the US, and yeah, I'll compete there. So yeah, there are some formidable people competing in yoga championships, and I would say it's a different kind of activity. It's a very physical activity with your own body versus a physical activity with an object that you're building. So yeah, a lot of people know that yoga is very challenging. So yoga and yoga sport are 2 different things, and we'll get into that in another video. I was competing in a yoga sport competition in which I had to perform 6 postures in a span of 3 minutes, and each posture represented a certain aspect of yoga, like strength, balance, flexibility, things like that, inversions, lifts. Very, very cool. So yeah, that's the challenge, to try to kind of conquer your limitations, the limitations of your own body, and demonstrate that for all the world to see. And yeah, it was incredible experience going to Malaysia to compete. And yeah, hopefully I'll be able to do it again at some point in the near future. Very, very cool. So everybody, if you like this video, please slam the like button, subscribe to my channel, and you'll see more videos just like this one. Until next time, everybody, see you. Bye.